I'm a Christian now, but I used to be an atheist, and I spent a lot of time trying very hard to find reasons not to believe. So my question for you is, what would you say to someone after you've given all the evidence, who has more than enough evidence, but is still trying not to believe? How would you persuade someone like that, like I used to be?
Well, now you're asking a question no longer about argument and evidence. You're asking a question about, in a sense, personal relationships and evangelistic strategy. And I suppose in a case like that, the thing to do with a person who's heard all the good evidence but who still resists it would be to try to build a personal relationship with that person so that you can overcome that emotional barrier, and to invite him to really open his heart to God and to seek God with an open heart and an open mind. Say, God is not going to overpower your will. God is a gentleman, and he is going to respect your decision. He is not going to overwhelm you. You need to approach him with openness and humility, and if you do, he will meet you, but he won't overpower you if that's what you're looking for. So I like what Pascal said, the French author. He said that God has given evidence which is sufficiently clear for those with an open mind and an open heart, but which is sufficiently vague so as not to compel those whose hearts are closed. And I would tell my unbelieving friend, you've got to examine your own heart to make sure that you're not shutting out the grace and the love of God from you. That would be a tragedy and a disastrous mistake. But then continue to love and build a relationship with that person anyway. I was just talking last night with a fellow who told me most of the atheist students he knows at the university are rather like you described. He said their obstacles to belief are really emotional. But he said, once you overcome that emotional obstacle by showing them that you can be a good friend, an unconditional friend, he said when that emotional obstacle is removed, he said suddenly the evidence becomes convincing. It suddenly becomes compelling to them, and they're ready to place their faith in Christ. So there are these emotional barriers to belief that evidence alone won't overcome, but hopefully can be overcome through that personal dimension.